Okay. Oh man, that's gonna be a great way to start a video. I was just looking through GameFly because I have GameFly for a few more months before I go off to college, and I just have to say the reviews on this website, I never bothered to take a look at them, but they are quite amazing. Let's start off with let's start off with Tales of Vesperia. This rating is a 1 out of 10. I'm going with all the ones that are like negative reviews. Because all the positive reviews are like, this is a great game, 10 out of 10 or whatever. And the worst reviews are a lot more entertaining to just completely fucking dissect. This would be a good game if there wasn't so many cut scenes, misspelt cut scene. It is cut SCENE, not cut SEEN. They're XS0 Reborn X. There are over 500. No, there aren't. There aren't over 500 cutscenes. I've played the game, I've beaten the game multiple times. I know there's not more than 500 cutscenes. And the fastest the game was ever beat without hacking is at least 7 hours. That's a good thing. Is this guy not used to RPGs? Jesus. Alright, here's another one from Mizatato. 2 out of 50 people found this helpful. That's always a good sign. Rating 1 out of 10. The story is poor at best, but the amount of dialogue and how stupid it is just ruins the game quickly. I guess if you want to watch anime and interact occasionally, then this game is for you. Otherwise, don't bother. 1. Too much silly, rambling dialogue. Dialogue during battle is even annoying. Oh, you mean, plot advancement? That's rambling dialogue, really? Character development is rambling dialogue? Like, Tales of Vesperia was pretty quick to the punch when it comes to dialogue. And if you're talking about rambling, silly dialogue, those are skits. Completely optional. 2. The scenery might be pretty for a cartoon, but I'd rather have a storyline any day. That is a complete non sequitur. 3. The story is just boring. Played it for an hour. 58 minutes longer than I wanted to, just to give it a fair chance, hoping it would get better, but it doesn't. You played it for an hour. If I read a book for an hour, I wouldn't expect the plot to go anywhere. Do you realize how little into the game you are when you play for 1 hour? I beat Tales of Vesperia in about 35 hours my first try, I think. 35 hours. He played for 1/35 of the game. Let's go to calculator here. All programs, accessories, calculator. 1 divided by 35 is... That's a little under 3% of the game you played. You didn't learn anything of the plots. You didn't learn anything of the story. All you know is that 1 little hour. You don't know any... There's no interest in the game at that point. You want to keep playing to find out what the plot is going to be. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole point of the story is that it doesn't start off in the conflict right away. Like, it sets up the norm, and then the rise in action, then you hit the climax, then you hit the falling action, then you have the resolution. There has to be a period of time before the rise in action to establish what is normal in this fictional world that we're reading about. Anyway, I've rambled on about that. Let's go to a good game like Mass Effect. The first one. Rating 1 out of 10. I played Mass Effect 2 first, so I knew this wasn't going to be as good, and I was right. You played Mass Effect 2 first? You played the series out of order? You are a retard. I don't fucking... Okay. I don't... Let's see, I'm trying to think here. What's a game series that I play? Can't really think of one off the top of my head. Let's just go with Lord of the Rings. Why not? You don't read Return of the King from Lord of the Rings without reading fucking The Fellowship of the Ring and Two Towers first. You don't just go right into Return of the King and be like, I don't understand what these characters mean. Like, I don't understand what's so important about fucking these characters. What's so important about Frodo Baggins? I don't understand. Why is he so important to the story? What's so important about fucking Aragorn? You don't do that. You don't skip a game in the series when they follow a storyline like that. I don't fucking read Two Towers before I don't read Two Towers until I'm done completely reading Fellowship of the Ring. You don't do that. Ever. Anyway, let's get back to his review. The weapons aren't based on ammo. They, quote, overheat, unquote, which can get really annoying when trying to unload on a strong enemy. Just like running out of ammo, the overheat is really easy to balance unless you're a retard. Just stay in cover and they really can't hit you. And that's basically it. You are really inaccurate. Inaccurate, you mean? Okay, so his two problems here were there's no ammo, the overheat system, and you are inaccurate. Okay, so when you start off the game, you don't have that great of accuracy, and your weapons overheat fairly fast. What was he using? The fucking assault rifle the whole time? Jesus. Use the shotgun. Use the pistol. Those are just as good, if not better, options for the assault rifle in the early game. Everything else is good, but nowhere near as great as 2. And that warrants a 1 out of 10. That warrants a fucking 1 out of 10. Amazing review by Breadfan92. Thank you for your input. This is a review from Adio Salma. He reviewed this the same month he joined, so that's always a good sign. The game was just completely boring. I must have only lasted about 30. Wow, that is quite possibly the worst fucking 5-word order. That is probably the worst fucking sentence order I've ever seen in my life. I must have only lasted about 30 minutes into the game until I got bored. It's cool that you can choose what you say in the game, but it gets old and annoying. Don't know what's so great about this game, but to each his own. But to each its own. You mean, but to each his own? Not its own? Let's turn the page, see if there's any better reviews on this one. Oh, I like the title for this one. Mass Effect, more like Mass Reject. That's so funny. 2 out of 17 gamers found this one helpful, so 12%. An improvement, somewhat. I don't know what to think of this game. It's so boring. I had to stop playing so I didn't fall asleep. Now, I'm a big fan of RPG games and of the sci-fi space genre, but this game just left me scratching my head. I guess I fell for the hype of it all. The graphics are wonderful and the voice acting is top rate, but the story is what got me. It felt like I was playing a sequel to a game where you were already supposed to know what was going on. Honestly, it felt like watching a movie where from time you get the chance to interact. Huh? In fact, for the entire 2 hours I wasted on this thing, that's really all I did. Walk here, talk to this person, use the game's terrible firing system to miss the target, and repeat. Needless to say, I'm sending this game back to Amazon for a refund. Oh, so you didn't even get it from this site. That's great. But terrible aiming system? Really? Really? What is your TV like? Fucking 4 inches tall? You have like a full fucking 4-inch TV or something? Jesus, I can see it just fine. And I'm pretty sure he's just a Call of Duty person. He's probably one of those people who just like plays Modern Warfare 2 with no recoil and he's like, this is perfect, I love this game. And then he goes into something that takes moderate amounts of skill like Mass Effect. And he's like, why does my gun overheat? Why does the fucking crosshair go huge? This reticle is shit. I hate these people, I really do. The best game ever by Bob Twofoot. 3 out of 38 gamers found this one helpful. Oh, we're going down in quality now. This game has the worst guns in any game. No big guns you need, and you have no scope on your rifle. On your rife. Excuse me, rife. You mean it's a third-person shooter? Have you ever played a third-person shooter before, Bob Two Foot? Apparently not. Let's go to Elder Scrolls. Oblivion. Let's read some of these glorious reviews. And yes, people hate this game somehow. Warning: Two Flailing Hands game by JCKL29. The game starts out as just two hands that wave around and do nothing. If you don't like shooter games, you will hate this. What are you even talking about? I am shell-shocked by that beautiful review. I have been sent into a world beyond imagination of fucking bliss. I am so ignorant, everything is just fucking magical and ponies. I love this world I'm in. Anyway, let's read another one review. From I Am Llama Man. Of course, these are all 1 out of 10. I don't really need to state that constantly. Oblivion was fun for the first couple hours, but then the story started to suck. Overall, I give it a 6 out of 10. What? What? You gave it a 1 out of 10. Then you say you give it a 6 out of 10. What? These people. These people, I swear. The game's alright, but I'm not a fan. I'll stick to COD and other shoot 'em ups. COD? Other shoot 'em ups? Other shoot 'em ups? You mean Galaga? Space Invaders? Aegis Wing? Bullet Hell? Toho? COD is a first-person shooter. Shoot 'em ups are not first-person shooters. You are stupid. And that review's a troll, I can tell already. I return to this piece of junk. 1 out of 10. That's great. 3 out of 67 gamers found this review helpful. This is the worst game I ever played. That is terrible sentence structure. I'm tired of games like this. Felt like I was playing an Atari game. The controls were horrible and the graphics are not what Every says. I think it's all a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy that this game is fun. It's a very stupid game. I'll take GTA any day. I like those two sentences right there. It's a very stupid game, and then immediately after, I'll take GTA any day. I think that review summarizes this whole website for me. I mean, I am looking at the worst this website has to offer, but still. Too much hype, says Jay Ryder from the Bronx. 1 out of 47 gamers found this one helpful. This game was okay, not all that it was too much hype. If ooh like action RPG, it's good. If not, don't get. 1 out of 10. Maybe if you improved your spelling and you actually gave it a appropriate rating, you might have gotten a little bit more helpful reviews there. Or people would have found your review a little bit more helpful. Just saying. Wow, this game is not what I expected. I rented this game and let's just say I played it for 10 minutes and then returned it. If you like fantasy and RPG and games with a pointless story line, you will like this game. If you like bad graphics and bad button selection, then this is your game. My few favorites of this game was that you can pick a variety of weird races. Bad thing is the graphics look PC-like and PS2 and original Xbox. I would not recommend this game to anyone who like action games or shooting or anyone in general. So what do you like? I'm confused here. The graphics look PC-like. That That's because it was designed for PC, you dumb cunt. Do you not know what Elder Scrolls is? Elder Scrolls has always been designed for PC first, and then Oblivion decided, oh, let's go to the console too. Am I like one of the few? Is that like one of the few rare nuggets of information that I have that other people don't? I mean, good God. I thought that was fairly common knowledge. Apparently, I was fucking wrong. Let's go to Resonance of Fate. This game was fairly well received by the critics. I mean, IGN gave it a 7, GameSpot gave it an 8.5. Let's go to lowest rating. This one on GameFly it averages a 5.4 with 2,003 ratings. So that means there's going to be a lot of great reviews. Let's read some of these beauties. Horrible, just horrible, the title is, by Mackenzie. This is the worst game I ever picked up. Abuse of ellipsis. Battle system is trash and storyline is even worse. Abuse of ellipsis. Gameplay itself is just ugly. Don't get it. More ellipsis abuse. Seriously. Extreme ellipsis abuse. Jesus! He has more periods than fucking letters. Seriously, good God. Ugh. Says Coog fan. Oh God, he's from my state too. That's disappointing. Too complicated of a battle system to make it even worth learning. Store EA is crud. Okay, I talked to my friend about the battle system. You hit X and A. That's the battle system. That is the whole battle system. You hit X and A. And that's the battle system. Too complicated for good old Coog fan here. Resonance of Fate. He misspelled the title of the game. That's always a great sign. By Thrill22. I like RPG, and I thought it would be fun, but it's a stupid game. Whatever happened to Sega because they knew RPG and not everything is mixed with RPG and sci-fi. It's a horrible game, and I didn't stop yelling and throwing my controller because it's frustrating. The story makes no sense. Sega, stop making RPG and stick to Sonic because that's all you know. The only people who can make true RPGs are the people behind Two Worlds, which I loved in Oblivion, which is the best! Okay, so, according to this dude, Sega can only do Sonic, which I don't really understand the point of that. I mean, I don't think Sega made the game. I think they just published it. And also, the only RPGs that are ever going to be allowed from now on are Two Worlds and Oblivion. You like Fallout? Well, too bad. You like the Tales series? Well, too bad. You like Mass Effect? Too bad. You like Dragon Age? Too bad. You like any other kind of RPG game? Too bad. No Final Fantasy for you. Nope, nothing. Nothing. Just only Elder Scrolls and Two Worlds. Only. For all of time. And I think we should end it there. I mean, I've wasted 19 minutes of your time, and I've wasted 19 minutes of my time reading this absolute garbage. Peace out.